Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm writing to How to Make Difficult Choices by Gaur Das. So, how to make difficult choices? Um, it's really weird. To me, it almost sounds like you're the one who's making the choice difficult. But obviously, it's situations to come up that are very difficult to choose. Well, uh, I mean, I guess if I were to give an advice in that, think things. You're obviously gonna have to think things through and make the best choice possible, really. I mean, it's easier said than done, and it's absolutely true. It's almost like I said nothing, which is absolutely true. But these are some things that you could probably not think about while in the moment. It's like you don't you don't always have to rush to pick things, so you do have time. But anyways, let's hear what Gorgopal does has to say about this.
How many of you have difficulty making choices, decision making?
Oh, okay, so it was the first one. You're making choices difficult. I was thinking like there's difficult choices to make, not because you're making them difficult, because the choices are difficult. Anyways, let's hear about it. It might be different still.
How many of you had a tough time when you go to choose clothes? But it's easy. Check your pocket, you know what to buy. And then what about courses? Any of you ever gone through this? क्या करूँ मैं? डॉक्टर बनूँ कि engineer बनूँ कि प्रभु जी जैसा बनूँ? कैसे बनूँ? You know which one to be. But even a tougher choice comes when you have to choose a life partner. What do you say? प्रभु
Choosing a life partner I don't think it's tough. I really don't. The reason why being because if they have everything that you want, and they are everything that you want, how hard of a choice is that? If they're not everything that they want, then what sacrifices are you giving up to pick that person? So, for example, maybe you want long hair, but this person doesn't have long hair and prefers short hair. Is that really something you're going to give up a lot of good things for? No. Picking a life partner is not hard. Finding a good one, now there you go. So picking's not hard. Now don't get me wrong, like if you somehow were friends with like 20 girls and all of a sudden all of them are like wanting to date you and all of them have like all the same qualities that you want and they all look equally beautiful to you, okay, okay, you got me. I could see that being as a difficult choice, but it's not going to be usually in that scenario. You're just going to have like one or two choices, and one is going to be a bit of hopefully a clearer choice than another, and hopefully they're not lying. You know, as long as you are a good person, hopefully you'll find another good person that's with you.
जी. Such difficult choices to make in life. There are more serious choices than a life partner. Ladies and gentlemen, a girl came up to me, 19 years old. She was molested. She was 3 months pregnant. And she asks me, should I drop the child or should I keep the child? What do you tell her?
Now that is a difficult choice.
Is it choosing a set of clothes? Is it making a choice between this girl or that girl or this guy or that guy based on whichever gender you are? Is it as simple as choosing something to eat from a menu card? Ladies and gentlemen, life is not as easy as it seems when it comes to making complicated choices like these. Guys, don't abuse someone's life. For you, it's a pleasure for a moment. For that girl, it's life. Rest of her life, she'll have to live like this, making one or the other choice. And someone has put that girl into such a situation. You know? Can you imagine what a complicated situation that is for her? You want to know what choice I told her? I told her I don't know what to do. It's
Yeah, I mean, I would be in the same boat. I'll make a little argument, a counter argument to that. Some people it does become a blessing, and some people it becomes a nightmare. Some people, when they have that baby, there's just an instant connection, even though it wasn't intentional. It's the sure fact that it is their baby, and a lot of mothers have that where when they see their baby, it is their baby, it is their DNA in that too. They absolutely just fall in love with that baby and find it as a blessing. And there are some who just can't get past that, and again, I can't blame them for that, and they want nothing to do with that baby. So, it could go either way for anyone. How do you know? Well, I mean, you don't. You don't know which way will go for someone.
I told her I don't know what to do. It's your choice. I don't have to live with it, right? You have to live with it. Whichever choice you make will come with a consequence.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you have to accept that consequence.
Yes.
You have to be willing to adopt that consequence. And if you're ready for that consequence, make that choice. You only have to.
If anyone ever has to make such difficult choice, like the girl had in this case, due to dire circumstance, we will always be there to support the individual, whichever decision they decide to make. Fair enough.
If you have a choice like this, if you say, I'll drop the child, we're willing to accept the consequence of guilt for the rest of your life, it will keep killing you. And if she accepts the choice of living, making the child live, then she has to accept the consequence of the fact that she has to go and tell her parents this is what has happened.
Oh, drop the child. I didn't think that meant aborting. I thought it meant like giving up for adoption. I mean, she doesn't have to live with the guilt of you know she, but she could also feel the guilt of giving up the child. Either way, if both are very plausible.
Who's going to marry her, bring up the child and live in the society? Life is like that. Where we are put in many, many complicated situations. I want to offer all of you a very powerful tool, a very simple one. When you're talking about making a choice, weigh the consequences and just decide which of the two consequences you are okay to bear. Moral dilemmas are easy to solve because moral dilemmas are between good and bad. Ethical dilemmas are hard to solve because ethical dilemmas are between bad and bad or good and good. Remember this always. You will have to make one choice. You're not going to be spared by life. You will always have to make one choice. Choices means two things to remember. Informed choices and transformed choices. We should make informed choices. What is an informed choice? Based on proper knowledge, based on proper deliberation, based on proper consideration, based on proper analysis, not haphazardly, whimsically made choices. And what is transformed choices? Choices based on our spiritual strength. So when we have a combination of informed and transformed, then we make a choice. Because informed, we know what to do, but we can't do it. And thus we definitely need to make transformed choices. And therefore they say, an intelligent person will open your mind. A handsome person will open your eyes. Aakh khul jata na, अरे कितना handsome hai. But a gentleman will open your heart. You know? A gentleman will open your heart. And what to speak of an intelligent, handsome gentleman, this is what I appeal to all of you. Become an intelligent, handsome gentleman.
Okay, yeah, okay, there you go. The difficult choice. So it was a little bit of both. Joking, of course, with the first part where it's like, what do I wear today? That's a difficult choice. And then getting to a more serious, difficult choice, whether, being the situation that little lady was in, or, determining whether someone you should keep on life support or whether to pull the plug because, there's no more time or there's no change. And they've been on it for a very long time. Those are some difficult choices. Most choices in life is very easy. It's just a sure fact that you just don't like the choice. And don't get me wrong, like that's easy. Again, everything that is spoken out of any person's mouth is very easy. Making that decision when time comes or when a decision needs to be made is very hard. So, sometimes sometimes you have to make a choice that you don't like, but it's really easy. Like, I know what the right choice is, I just don't like it. There you go. You know what the right choice is. You always knew. You just didn't really want to go along with it. And not all. Again, choices and decision making, all that is all varied from the most stupid, mundane to someone's life depends on it. It varies all along that spectrum of choices. So, um, I think when you can accept certain parts of reality, when you have a lot of understanding in life, and I think what he was saying about an intelligent mind opens your mind. Well, hopefully you have someone who's spiritual as well. Because I look up, there's for me a distinct intelligence and wisdom. Intelligence and well, I can't say intellect because if I said guru, intellect is I think different from intelligence. There's a difference. I just don't know which one's which. Intellect and intelligence. I think intelligence is book smart. To me, wisdom is, I think what Sadhguru would say was intellect. Intellect or wisdom is something that you learn through life, learn from people, not necessarily something that you can get from books. Books will tell you how to do things, but it will not tell you how to navigate life per se. You know, and there are certain things that even when you read a book that people like, for example, mechanics. Let's just give this an example. An instruction manual in a car will tell you how to do everything, but there's still wisdom to be had. There are mechanics out there who will read the instruction manual and think it's completely stupid, and there's a better way to do it. That comes from wisdom. That is something that you cannot read from the book. I don't know if any of y'all are mechanics out there, but I'm just saying. And I'm sure that's true for a lot of things. There's the book way to do it, intelligence, and then there's the wise way to do it, which is learning the hard way. Or hopefully the easy way. So anyway, that's my reaction to how to make difficult choices by Gaur. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, the sound down below. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.